Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG, and this one's located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka under the command of DrHardware. Now, the 8-inch barrel, as I can tell that's an 8-inch barrel, actually belongs to an M55. It's the one that was used by the US Army, and so battle is about to commence. There we go. See, it says US Army on the front of the vehicle as well. And the skin is courtesy of Sir Rusty, and he's got a Skins on Facebook. And if you visit there, you can pick up all sorts of skins for your vehicles. Make them look absolutely fabulous in battle. Only you can see them. But if they appear on video, then obviously everyone sees them. And you can see that's a What Arty Noobs M55. It's got our logo on the side. Okay, he's found his firing position, I think. Just going to go to the back. Oh, there was an explosion up front. So let's have a look and see why there was an explosion. Well, it looks like an enemy tank was wiped out by our LTTB. But DrHardware is looking towards the village at the moment because there's a T55A and there's an IS-3A near our tanks. And he switched to the north quickly. And that's a trick that you can learn at What Arty Noobs. It involves using your right hand mouse button on the minimap and clicking where you want to look, and the view goes there straight away. Well, that enemy tank was wiped out. It was a VK100-01P was wiped out by our fellow Arty, also in an M55. Oh, lovely hit there. Splash for 285 by DrHardware. So we're doing quite well at the moment. We've got one kill. .67 seconds is the reload time, which is quite long. Oh, there's a VK4502 and he's very close to us. Got to prioritise that target because he is so close. Lining him up for a shot. Round out. Oh, it falls short. But he's actually killed an enemy tank. He couldn't even see. It was an ELC M90 that was ahead of us. He was in the bushes. We were aiming at the 4502. We killed an ELC by mistake. An enemy ELC snuck up in the bushes and we wiped him out. Amazing. That's almost one for those gag reel shots. You know, you aim at one tank and you kill a completely different one. And you didn't even see him. I thought for a second that shell had actually landed short and we wasted it, but oh boy, it wasn't wasted at all. IS-3 rounds out. And it was a hit, a direct hit. Now DrHardware's changing position. He's moving up actually. There's some better bushes over here. And he's now going to aim towards the east side. In fact, there's a bunch of tanks near the foot of the hill. And our guys moved up on the hill so rapidly they weren't able to get up there in time, so we can now put some rounds into these guys. We're still reloading, but we'll be ready very shortly. They've gone into the dip near the river, and I think we're going to go for that T55A because he's going to be near those bushes. Long shot. Takes 3 seconds for the shell to get there. A lot of tank drivers just don't understand the length of time that it takes for a shell to reach from one end of the map to the other, and so they don't appreciate that it does take a lot of skill to work out exactly where the enemy tank is going to be in 3 seconds time. You've got to be a fortune teller in a sense to work out where he's going to be. Oh, that SU-130 has been wiped out by our IS-3A. Now there's the enemy IS-3A. We fire around it. Oh, he pulls back just in time to avoid the shell. Right, we've got a meal one in the dip, and our defender and Carnarvon are closing in on him. I'm not sure we're going to get a chance to fire a shot, because if they get danger close, we'll have to refrain from shooting, otherwise we might damage our own team. Oh, and our fellow Arty didn't. He fired straight away and he got the kill on the Emil. Right, so we're now looking at that IS-3A at the center. We fire around in, he dodges the shell again, but he can't dodge the shell from the defender. And we're now 7 tanks up on the enemy. And DrHardware is getting very aggressive now in terms of his positioning. He's going way forward. A lot of tank drivers complain that Arty sits at the back of the map, never doing anything, always on the red line. That's not the case. Good Arty players reposition themselves to get the shots on the enemy, and sometimes that means actually going into dangerous positions. In fact, the M55 straight M53 is one of the few Artys that actually does have gun depression. So you can actually use it on a ridgeline. And there, a tree went down. Somebody's there. He fires a round in. The enemy is now being surrounded. They've only got 6 tanks left, and that T-30 just took a hit. Now, from this advanced position, we should be able to get quicker strikes on the enemy the moment we're loaded, because of course there's going to be less flight time. At the position he's aiming at the moment, it's 1.2 seconds according to the mods for the shell to get there. And we're now looking at a Conqueror. It's 2 seconds on that. T69. Direct hit. 473 hit points on T69. He was hit immediately afterwards. And we picked up some stun assists. 245 off that. Now we're looking fairly close, but I think our guys would have detected the enemy if they were that close. Almost loaded. I'm pretty sure that most of the enemy are now concentrated in that corner of the map. There they are. There's the T-30 and the Su-130. We're going for the Su-130. He's lightly armoured. If our shell hits him, it's going to do a huge amount of damage. Rounds out. Blind shot. Oh, good splash. 367. He's moving up again. I like the way he's playing, actually. It is exactly what you need to do if you're going to get close to the enemy and do damage to them. Okay, M53, he's been wiped out. There's only 2 enemies left, the T69 and the Skoda T50, and they found them at the back of the map. They're both bunched together. We're almost loaded. Oh no, the enemies. Oh, we fired. Oh, we accidentally hit our own teammate there. Oh dear. The last enemy's been killed, but I think that takes away our chances of ever getting the high caliber. Unfortunately, this is something that is going to happen a lot more once they change the stun mechanic, or not the stun mechanic, rather the game mechanics, because of all the team killing that's been done. Artys will be taking shots like that most of the time, and we can see in this game that DrHardware managed to get a second-class tanker. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12, and he got a Confederate medal for hitting more than the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other team members. And if we look at team score, we can see that he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the T-30 on the enemy team. He didn't get the high caliber, so he probably didn't get the 20% necessary to qualify for the high caliber. He got 3,697 hit points of damage, but DrHardware did do the most damage on his team, did 2,434 hit points overall. And then after him came the M46 Patton, who managed to get 2,294. When it came to kills, it was his fellow M53 who managed to do, or M55 rather, who did the most damage, and the Object 252 Defender. They both got 3 kills apiece. Then came the Carnarvon and the Udes on the enemy team with 2 kills, as well as the Pantera. And then DrHardware only came up with 1 kill on that game. But he did manage to get 881 base experience points. The Su-130 beat him with 978. And his fellow M55 managed to get 825. Let's have a look at detail. Well, he fired 10 shots during that game. He got 3 direct hits, 0 penetrations, so most of them just rattled the enemy to death. He splashed damage on 11, damage of 2,434 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He did do some damage to his own teammate there, 449. He fired that shot when it was danger close to his own enemy, to his own teammate rather, and really he should have refrained from doing so because it was too obvious that his teammate was going to get closer to the enemy to shoot him, and then obviously his shot might have hit his own teammate instead. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1, and did stun assistance of 1,080 hit points off 9 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 26,740 credits, got 3,114 from personal missions payout, but he was fined 4,497 for damaging his teammate. So his total was 25,357. And after ammunition resupply, and these shells are quite expensive, he actually ended up with only 6,657 credits. He received 881 base XP, -2 for damaging his ally, 185 from personal missions payout. He took away 1,064 from that game. But the amazing thing actually in that game, and he's actually highlighted it, is the ELC kill, because he never realized that tank was there. Nobody had spotted it. He was still hidden at the moment he was killed, but he just happened to be hiding in the bush, and DrHardware aimed at the enemy tank that was beyond him, and the shell fell short but went straight into the ELC and wiped him out. So quite an amazing kill that, and I might do a little mini clip of that one so we can put that on the board, because I think most people will be absolutely amazed that he managed to kill an enemy who was completely unseen by missing the other enemy that he was firing at. It's quite funny. Anyway, if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.